in the video, if I'm doing a video and a song just stuck in my head, I may just start a song off, the video with that song. So I'm just saying this ain't Texas being funny, but and then I seen some people was like, you too old to be sitting here wanting somebody to crash out. I said, if you allow another man to choke you out on national TV and you don't think that's worth choking out, me and you don't even need to have conversations because you just soft. If you think allowing another man to choke you out don't deserve you to crash out, then you don't even respect yourself as a man. Because let me tell you one thing about men. If you have ever dealt with like a situation that you regret how you handle it, and 9 times out of 10 it got something to do with your ego. Like if somebody maybe like, I ain't gonna say bumped you like in a some people it may be that. Like you might have been in the club and somebody bumped you the wrong way and you mad that you didn't punish them in the club. Because some people may think like that because your ego may be different. But I'm just sitting here saying like, you know, I'm gonna tell. I could do for myself. I could tell you this happened. Like I was in one of these. Like I was in the gym and I was in like one of the white areas and it was like an older white man in there. And he asked me, could I turn down my headphones? And I'm not, and that's, and again, we talking about the male ego. I dogged that shit for months because I dealt with it the proper way. Like I felt like it's an older man. I'm not about to sit here and violate this old man because the music may be too loud. We in the sauna. Because sometimes I be getting it. Like if you leave your headphones in and people got their music up loud, it do irritate the hell out of you if you don't got no headphones while you in that sauna at the same time. So I took it like, all right, cool, I'm gonna cut it off. But what was eating me up was because he was a white dude, so he kind of like burned me up. He was an older white nigga. So it burned me up for months that I just didn't say something clever or didn't like almost like damn, like I didn't violate him for that, for even asking me to turn down my headphones, because it's not my fault that you ain't got no headphones on. So that ate up. So for this is something like literally, this is something very small. This is like realistically gym etiquette, because even on some sauna doors, they don't even have like, hey, don't have no phone conversations while you're in the sauna. Don't play your music out loud, whatever the case may be, because some people, like older people, don't. Yeah, they don't wear no headphones in the guy. Like you talking about, when I say older, I mean like probably 50, 60 and up, because some of the old men who can't do cardio, they go just sit in the sauna because they still want to break that sweat. But they not coming in there with no goddamn headphones, because most of the time all they do is swim. So you ain't swimming with no headphones, so they don't bring no headphones at all to the gym. But again, like I said, that's just, to me, that was gym. But like I'm sitting here saying, for the male ego, it's certain things like, bro, it's nowhere in hell. And for people who don't understand, Jimmy Butler has made his name on all these miscellaneous stories of how he'd impressed other basketball players out, how he said everybody in the Timberwolves was soft. He kept playing with Karl Anthony Towns, basically calling Karl Anthony Towns pussy. And it was like, I couldn't play with them because they was just too soft. So that was and this is who Jimmy Butler is supposed to be. So yes, if I see somebody choke Jimmy Butler out, this nigga has built his career off of basically supposed to be like challenging other people the same way Pat Beverly do. Of course, he's way more of a better basketball player than Patrick Beverly, but they both kind of got their resume on the same way, how they shake up locker rooms. Even the same way when Jimmy Butler got to Philadelphia. And that's why Joel Embiid still speaks so highly of Jimmy Butler. So to watch him get choked out and do nothing, and for people to just be like, oh, you want him to crash out? Well, you niggas, you soft. Because guess what? Right behind him, after that broke out, guess what? My man that used to play for the Lakers, what is it? Thomas Bryant. He popped off on Jose.
That was stupid. Now you got suspended.
Yeah, they both of them got suspended for 3 games. But my listen to what but my point of it is, dog, we talking about males and we talking about egos. Yeah, but everybody ain't about to sit here.
Everything don't need your reaction, though.
If you choke me out, I need a reaction.
But he didn't choke him out.
Jimmy Butler?
No,
you go crazy. I sent you a picture. You must ain't see a good angle of it. He had his hand wrapped around his neck.
Behind, just like when he.
No, I'm not talking about the behind. They got front pictures where you can see the front.
I need to see the other. Like I said,
I send it to you, but
I'm just like, it's not that, because you got to think about it. If I sit here and swing or even throw a punch, now I'm about to get suspended.
So what, Jimmy Butler? How many games he done missed?
What do it prove? Like, oh, it's a poop. It's nobody on there. What do you? That's not gonna be like, oh yeah, nobody gonna fuck with me.
You have sold a lot of Wolf tickets. His stories, them Jimmy Butler stories is crazy, dog.
And I still don't think nobody going. I still don't think nobody going change any different. Because look who it is. Like you,
I hear you, but okay, but perfect example though. But even guess what? The Morris brothers lost their whole swag and demeanor after Jokic sit here and knock one of the brothers out of the game. The Morris brothers ain't been the same after that Joker situation. They supposed to in the NBA, and you don't even remember them no more. That took a lot of oomph out of who they were supposed to be.
That part, I give you that one. But I feel like it's still because it was Jimmy and that guy. I don't think it would, if he would have just choked him out, if he would have did anything retaliated. I feel like, oh my God, Jimmy's nothing to be played with, because now you out again. Like, where's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I see if that was Embiid or somebody of a bigger stature, then that might be different. But you talking about somebody that was on the bench, I don't think that nobody really, like, if it was Zion, then that'd be different. Because whole time the way the play blew up, it was stupid.
I'm with you. I'm not listening to him saying I'm with. If this was somebody else, and if that was somebody, if that was let's just see him say that was somebody else on the Pelicans and that was Bam, I would be cool with that. Like I wouldn't care because I don't even like that's not how Bam kind of come off. So I wouldn't respect it. If this happened to Tyler Hero or something, I wouldn't care. It would just be like cool, all right, whatever the case may be. But because it's Jimmy Butler and he sells so many wolf tickets, and one thing somebody y'all don't, if some of y'all too young or you ain't never been outside, one thing the old heads always tell me, you sell enough wolf tickets, somebody gonna want to cash it in and buy it. Because for every tough nigga, it's somebody that's way tougher. And if you get and the crazy thing is if you put
and I'm gonna give you a perfect example why you shouldn't do that shit. Your man who what got into it with LeBron that time in the bubble, Isaiah Stewart, and he's now because he even had a situation with Gilbert because Gilbert was talking about nobody wanted, and he saw the nigga outside,
and guess what, he pressed Gilbert,
and he pressed him out, right? So now he's in a situation where now he getting pressed when he knocked the dude from Phoenix out.
But that was because they wasn't even. I don't even know how. No one because there ain't no video, so nobody don't see it. And the game, it wasn't even during the game. This was at warm ups. This happened in the tunnel. Like nobody.
I thought it happened after.
No, this happened before the game even started. So for people who don't know what we're talking about the young dude, Isaiah Stewart for the Detroit Pistons, and he got in. He made his name for getting into it with LeBron James, and him and Russell Westbrook was about to square up because there's some people who just who move completely different. So of course LeBron is LeBron. He kind of like, you're not gonna do nothing to me. Isaiah Stewart was selling endless wolf tickets, and Russell Westbrook ended up squaring. This when Westbrook still played for the Lakers, and he was the Laker who squared up with him. But he made his name off that. Him and Draymond even got into it, and Draymond kind of like backed down because this is kind of like he's building his reputation off of like very aggressive and not backing down to some of the players that he is nowhere near superior of. So he shouldn't even be getting into it with LeBron. Shouldn't even be getting into it with Draymond. So again, like you said, then Gilbert Arenas, of course, Gilbert got his podcast. Gilbert Arenas is a habitual trash talker, so he kind of don't really care. But then Isaiah Stewart pressed him out, and Gilbert was like, I'm not going to, this nigga's big as hell. I'm not, like, he's big, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes on TV, you don't think people as big as you see them as in person, and we'll get into that in a few seconds when we talk about Cam Newton. So you don't realize it until it happened. So Isaiah Stewart, I guess, or maybe it was that sometime last week, I guess him and one of the Phoenix Suns players got into it, and he punched the dude. So he got suspended and
press charges.
And a dude pressed because it wasn't during the game. So it's like it's different. Like if it happened during sports, whatever case may be, you kind of can't. It come with the territory. It's a part of sports. But this happened before the game even actually had. So now, yeah, you're absolutely right. Now I can file an assault charge on you.
See, and then crashing out. There you go. No telling what it was, and I'm pretty sure it was something stupid.
Yeah, of course it had to be something stupid because neither one of them ain't no big name players, so it ain't even like. And I'm sure neither one of y'all ain't dating the same girl or whatever the case may be. But while we kind of here on sports, let's get into two other topics. One, we can kind of just for the women, so it won't be just like super OD boring to y'all. We can kind of get into a